Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
K-pop demon hunters Saja Boy's breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is our larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
Oh my God, guys, guess who's here?
Me.
Guess who's with us?
Who's with us, Joe?
You know the song. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Paula's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Paula's back. Paula's back. Paula's back. Paula's back.
Who sings this?
She has no idea what we're doing.
Is that actually a song?
That's what I said, Paula. That's what I said. I didn't know that either.
We nailed it.
Wait, I know. There's like that Hey Hey Paula song, and then of course there's every song by Paula Abdul. But is that also a song?
Oh God.
This was a minor hit. It was just not a lot of people.
Doug, start
heard
the
this.
open. Start the open. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So disappointing, Paula. Live from Joe's mom's basement, it's the Stacking Benjamin Show. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug, and today let's get to the bottom of the things people spend their money on that just aren't worth it. Stackers, you can rest easy and take down all the missing posters because she's finally found and back in the basement where she belongs. From Afford Anything, it's Paula Pant. Plus, we welcome the guy who's the best at finding people. It's the dude who created hide and seek. Nah, he's in on the Marco Polo semifinals in Sweden, so we just got Len Penzo. And the man who's always here but trying not to be found, it's OG. But that's not all. Halfway through the show, I'll share my wishful trivia question. And now, a guy who we can't get rid of, it's Joe Saul-Sehy.
I'm constantly found. I was horrible at hide and seek as a kid. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Friday, a very special Friday, because we have the band back together. And let's say hello to the person who we haven't talked to in months. Paula Pant is back. Paula, that was Eminem. Eminem
wait,
was who that was.
Eminem did a song with the word Paula in it?
Hell no.
It was an adaptation, I think.
I see.
We very well might have.
I mean, my pop culture knowledge, as you can tell, has not progressed. If anything, it has regressed.
You think all that education that you got the last several months, all the degree and everything, and you'd know, I don't know.
Not a single piece of it was geared towards modern music.
Oh, one star to that education then. That's horrible. And the guy across the card table from me, Mr. OG, is here. How are you, my friend?
Golly. So awesome. It's unparalleled. My awesome feeling.
He's got the tinglies, having Paula back.
Yes.
And the guy who always has the tinglies, just because he showed up for another day, Len Penzo is here. How are you, man?
Did I tell you about the time I got fired from working at the M&M factory here that used to be here?
No.
And I was throwing out all the W's, it turns out, and everybody was, management just couldn't handle it.
Oh my God! There it is. Thank you.
Why couldn't we have Len disappear for 8 months like Paula did?
Well, guys, we got a fantastic show today because it's a special episode. Not just because Paula, Len, and OG are here with us, Doug, but also because we're going to do something we have not done in a few months. But before that, Paula, maybe we need to give you the guide to the show again. Maybe dust that off.
Absolutely.
Okay. Doug, press play on the guide to the show.
Okay, got it.
I had a breakfast mentoring meeting yesterday with a young woman who was just amazing. She is graduating from college with a degree in wealth management, and she reached out hoping for some pointers. And listen, if somebody's in Texarkana and wants to go into this beautiful field of personal finance and helping people get their money together, that is incredible. But even more incredible is how she reached out, how she was trying to network. And I was having a discussion that finding the right person and avoiding the wrong person for a role, that's what can make or break an organization. And we just don't see that many qualified people. So how do you find them? Well, Indeed sponsored jobs is a boost whenever you need to find quality talent. If you're hiring, Indeed is all you need. You can stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. You'll match with quality candidates with Indeed's sponsored jobs. Get matched with and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Reach candidates who meet your specific criteria like skills, certifications, or location. It drives me crazy when I'm matched with all kinds of people who aren't a fit. I don't have that kind of time. People are finding quality hires on Indeed right now. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed are 95% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all the boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed sponsored job. And here's what's cool, Stackers. You're going to get $75 in sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support Stacking Benjamins by saying you heard about Indeed right here at Stacking Benjamins. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand. Can you play another one?
In business, there is no room for guesswork. Every shipment matters. Every deadline counts. And when you're trying to keep operations running smoothly, the last thing you need is uncertainty. That's why reliability is at the core of USPS Ground Advantage. From the moment your package is first scanned in, it moves through a secure nationwide network, aiding in a timely and accurate delivery. You get near real-time tracking so you can keep up with your shipments. And with affordable upfront pricing, there are no hidden fees or surprise surcharges to throw off your cost sheets. It all adds up to predictable deliveries you can depend on, because knowing your logistics are handled lets you focus on everything else, your customers, your team, and the future you're building. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to start shipping with confidence. USPS Ground Advantage. We mean business. That's the whole guide, Paula, right there.
I'm flabbergasted.
It's amazing. The show has not changed at all since you left.
HR worked for money.
Truly unparalleled. It's perpendicular.
All right, let's get the party started. Today is a special day because in honor of Paula Pant being back, we are going to, you know that sound, we're going to have a game show. This is where we found I don't like calling them articles because it cheapens them, but in the case of what we use for fodder for these lists, we found a list article on the internet of a topic that we thought we would bandy about and find out from our three contributors that they can name the things that are on this list. So here's the rules, competitors. You're going to each get a guess worth 1 point, then a guess worth 2 points, and then finally a guess worth 3 points in the final round to see who wins a point toward our year-long trivia competition. Of course, as usual, in the middle of this competition, we'll have our usual trivia competition as well. Today's list comes to us. I won't tell you the publication yet, but it is a top 20 list. We're giving you 20 options, top 20 list of things that aren't worth the money. 20 things not worth the money. I feel like that could be a Len Penzo post right there. Len, how many articles have you written How many? Was it? Well, this may or may not be yours, and you can't pull it up. But let's go through this. So we're going to play in order of who's winning our year-long trivia competition. And Paula, to bring you up to speed, I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
Am I still in a three-way tie?
You are not you're not experiencing a three-way anything. You are in a tie, and believe it or not, it's for first place.
What?
How does that happen? Oh, gee, we don't have like a gasping noise like shock on our keyboard of sounds. But you have 7. Len has 7. Oh, gee, 2 behind with 5.
Whew, how the mighty have fallen.
So if I win both today, I can be in a three-way.
Then it could be it could be the most awkward three-way right there. 3-way tie. Okay, so that means that OG gets to guess first, which is so weird. And then, Paula, you get to guess second because you were, between the three of you, worst last year. And then Len, as our second place finisher the last couple of years and our champion a couple of years before that, you will unfortunately have to go last in round 1. But the good news is you get to go first in round 2 and then last again in round 3. So round 1, OG, you're going first. Things that are not worth the money, things you should not buy.
This is such a broad topic. Is there any other clues that we might get here? This is all you can give us here?
That's all I can give you. Yeah, can't give you.
Let me say it back just so that I'm clear. It's the top 20 things that aren't worth the money.
Top 20 list of things that aren't worth the money. It says buyer's remorse is real. Let me give you, we'll give you this. I'll give you the subtitle. So sadly, Len, this will identify it as not being from the amazing lenpenzo.com. It says buyer's remorse is real. And if you purchase any of these 20 items, chances are you'll get to experience it firsthand.
The family-sized bag of Funyuns.
Wow. This is such a limitless list. It kind of gets rid of like experiences, I would think, but top 20 things that aren't worth it. I'm going to say like upgraded airline tickets, like first class tickets, economy plus whatever, like some sort of upgraded airline experience.
Is first class upgraded airline on the list? It is on the list. Ooh, that was number 8.
I disagree with this, but
wow, I strongly disagree with that one.
Oh, I do too, but I'm trying to win the contest.
Well, and this is actually my favorite part of the show is how you guys disagree, because generally for people that are new to Stacking Benjamins, the things the three of you come up with are generally better than what's on this list. But let me read you what this piece says is cool if you've done it. I haven't. And by the way,
there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I've heard that it makes you feel special with fun amenities, but let's be honest. Is it worth 10 times the cost if you have to pay for it out of pocket? I can't make an argument for it unless you're going to drink 500 of those small bottles of alcohol. And if that's the case, you likely have bigger issues than paying a lot for your flight, this piece says. Paula, let's start with you. Why do you disagree with that one?
My goodness. Okay. First of all, the author doesn't differentiate if we're talking about some short domestic flight that's maybe, a 1-hour flight versus an international flight. If you are flying from Kansas City to Singapore, you want to be in business class, because if you are not going to be able to fall asleep, which means you're going to land sleep deprived. You're going to fall flat on your face before you even make it through customs and immigration. You'll probably inadvertently spit out your gum and then you'll be hauled off to jail. I mean, it's just such a slippery slope. Not to mention, if you are older, like my parents, they're seniors. When they fly to Nepal.
So they graduate at the end of the year? They're graduating at the end of this year?
Yeah, exactly. Such senioritis. Totally. Putting in their college applications right now. But when they fly to Nepal, I will not let them sit in coach, because to be in such cramped quarters when you're a senior citizen, when my mom has diabetes, they need to be up, they need to be moving around, they need to be comfortable. For me, I prefer it, but I'm also young enough and pliable enough to be able to deal with coach, particularly as you get older. It makes your arthritis flare.
Oh, gee, does your arthritis flare when you're in coach?
Yes. Great, mate. Yeah. I have so many great stories of flying in the back of the airplane. One time we had half of our family in the front and half in the back, and we were separated by one row. It was 5 versus 6, and it's just how it worked out. And my son sat down and he says, "I'll just take my blanket now." And my wife said, "There's not a blanket here." And he says, "Well, can I have the pillow?" "There's not a pillow." And he, as loudly as he can, and his precocious 5 years old goes, I bet you're going to tell me there's no food either. So, yes, flying in the front of the bus is a lot nicer.
And that's the way the OG family grew up right there.
Well, that's how the OG kids grow up. The OG family did not grow up that way. But no, I mean, I'm with Paula here. It sucks regardless. It might as well suck less by getting a free couple swigs of Woodford and, and a salad or something.
Len, where do you come down on this? Are you with the author, or are you with Len and OG, or are you with Paula and OG?
For me, when it comes to travel, anything, usually the extra money I think is well worth it. Heck, I think spending a little extra for like those they have those economy plus, you get like the extra 5 inches. I think it's worth the extra 5 inches of leg room. So, I mean, I would do that.
You can't.
So first class by all means.
I'm not going to say it.
You can't.
I'm not going to say it.
It's worth the extra 5 inches, isn't it, Len?
First day back. I see nothing's changed.
We're not.
Couldn't come off mute fast enough.
Hey, Paula, we didn't do it. We didn't say it.
we were all thinking it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I guess I should have said 12 inches or something, or
That's ambitious.
Well, let's be factual about how many inches the airlines are giving you. All right. Paula's on the board early or Len's on the board.
Nope.
No, he's on the board. Holy crap.
There he is.
I'm going to go.
we all get credit for that
points
one.
away.
You get a point. You get a point.
You get a point. You get a point.
Paula, it's your turn. 19 left on the list. What's something not worth it?
Well, so I was going to say travel insurance, the insurance that you take out when you book a flight or a hotel room. Travel insurance, not worth it.
Is travel insurance worth it? Well, actually, that ding means it's not worth it. And it means that Paula gets the point. And travel insurance, let's see what they have to say about that in this piece. The author says, yes.
Can I predict the author says, I've never actually bought it, but I hear it's a waste.
I've never traveled anywhere, but if I did, I wouldn't buy it.
This, by the way, was specifically flight insurance, but the judges gave you the point. An interesting one here, the person writes, especially given the crazy travel restrictions out there that existed even before the madness of a global pandemic, which in fact most policies don't cover. In general, I never buy flight insurance. I find I barely use it. And worst case, if I can't go on a flight, I'll just pay the few $100 change fee. The one occurrence of paying that change fee is certainly cheaper than buying flight insurance every time I travel. Len, you agree with that? Do you buy travel insurance?
Actually, I have on occasion, and only because of Greg McFarlane. I mean, remember, he regaled us with his problem.
I was just thinking that, Len.
He had an entire trip. I mean, he lost thousands of dollars because of some flight that didn't get there on time, and it cascaded, and everything just fell apart for that guy. So ever since then, I do buy travel insurance.
My feeling on this, Len, because of that story of Greg McFarlane, by the way, former contributor to the show, my feelings changed that it's the same as I think with other insurances. Is the magnitude of the occurrence happening is big enough. So if it's this hugely expensive trip, I know that's going to be more expensive insurance, but I'm more likely to buy it then. If it's a $200 trip across country, I don't care.
I think a lot of people don't realize. I mean, insurance, you're supposed to insure the things you're not willing to, you really can't cover, or if something happened that you'd really be painful that you'd lose out. So, I mean, just little things you don't insure. But I mean, if you've got a huge expensive trip on the line and, some freak thing's going to happen that you could lose, $10,000, $20,000 for a vacation because it starts with a flight that doesn't make it to another destination on time, things cascade.
Yeah, that was the story. The flight was delayed, but the railroad across Australia he was going to be on would not honor the fact that
Correct.
The flight was delayed, and he lost his money for all the rest of the travel because of that.
Yeah, I mean, just add it all up. It's a rare occurrence probably, but that's why you have the insurance. And if it's a rare occurrence but a big expense, it's probably worth not rolling the dice and protecting yourself.
Could this not be solvable by just having an extra day? It's funny that the author's like, you should spend the extra couple $100 on this, but not on first class. Oh, because I think he or she said
the author said don't spend it on flight insurance.
Don't spend it.
Yeah, do not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do not
spend it on flight insurance.
I was thinking about, those big international trips that, you bring in the family, and it's kind of like the stuff that you've done, Joe. I mean, did you get travel insurance for your big family trips? So, I mean, you just went to Spain. Did you have insurance for that?
We actually did what you said. We showed up a day early and left a day late.
Just come a day early. Yeah, instead of, I mean, that probably is a less expensive option, maybe. I don't know. I'd be curious to know if it'd be just less expensive just to come a day. You know, you got to pay for an extra hotel room or something. But
I think that's interesting, Paula, what OG says, because I think a lot of times people think just when they think about risk management, all they think about is insurance. And OG just talked about a different way to handle the risk. Like, you know what I mean? We should maybe broaden our horizon a little.
Right, exactly. And I mean, in the case of coming an extra day early, you're paying, quote unquote, paying with your time. But this is a form of payment with your time that will most likely make your trip experience more pleasant. Because if you go an extra day early, you'll also have an additional day to just deal with jet lag, get a good night's sleep. You know, like flying is stressful. You get an extra day to just decompress and chill.
Especially if you sit and coach.
Yeah, sitting. That was another OG kidism. My middle son said, well, I suppose we have to sit in second class.
Second class. Wow. With the little people.
I think about that every time I hear economy plus. I'm like, nope, I'm in economy minus.
Economy minus. That's basic economy. It's like a C minus. It still counts.
All right. That sets the table. That sets the table for Len. OG on the board with 1. Paul on the board with 1. Len, how about you, man?
Well, I'm going to say, although there are some that are worth it, but I think the majority aren't. So I'm going to say extended warranties.
Oh, God.
Is extended warranties on the list?
Yeah, of course not.
I thought, Len, that it actually was here, but it is not.
Well, that's interesting because I think most extended warranties really aren't worth it. There are a few that are worth it. One in particular I used to take advantage of was when my kids were younger. When we bought them like electronic games and stuff like that, you know, they were younger, but they didn't really handle too well. We bought the extended warranties and those paid for themselves multiple times over, actually. So that was one that I thought was great. But I think in general, an extended warranty really it's not worth it. They wouldn't put those things out if they weren't, if they were profitable
moneymakers
for them. Yeah.
You know, I used to do it, Len, when I worked out of the house on my phone, because I would always abuse the hell out of my phone. And I found I used that thing on every single phone I had. Now that I'm at home, I can drop it on this carpeted floor all the time and not a big deal. Extended warranties, OG, you agree? Not worth it?
Yeah, not worth it. Although it seems like a lot of places are now turning it into like a prepaid plan. It's like I bought a car a couple of years ago and they're like, oh, we have this warranty program. I'm like, no. This already has a manufacturer's warranty. And they're like, well, no, this is like all of your maintenance for the first 3 years. And it's like, okay, well, that's kind of like a prepaid maintenance plan type thing that's kind of sort of like an extended warranty. Although I'll tell you, just like Len, we have used the GameStop return your Xbox controller for $9 1,000 times. We have single-handedly caused GameStop to go out of business because you buy a controller and then they say, oh, for $9 you can you have this 2-year warranty, and we just take it in after the end of the 23rd month. You go, yeah, it's kind of sticking, and they give you a brand new one for $9. It's a pretty good deal for us,
and it's covered under the terms of the warranty. So why not? Paul, extended warranties?
Not a fan. Not a fan. The one and only one that I bought was I recently got AppleCare, which I've never before purchased in my life. But after...
On what device?
On my iPhone.
On the phone, okay.
iPhone Pro 14 Max. And after losing
of course you do.
2 iPhones in the span of about 5 months, I was like, all right, time to bite the bullet.
Paula, so this is the other thing, though. A lot of credit card companies have protection already built into it. So like American Express, for example, will give you $800 twice a year for a new phone replacement. If you break it, whatever. If you're paying the bill that's associated with it on your Amex card, I'm sure there's others for other companies as well.
That's the sexiest thing you've ever said to Paula. Look at her face
wow.
right now. She's so excited about this.
BRB canceling AppleCare. Okay. Noted.
Well, okay. Asterisk. Do your own due diligence on what I just said. Read the terms and conditions to make sure I'm not just summarizing incorrectly. But that's the other thing. It's like the travel insurance we were talking about, like going a day early. A lot of credit cards have like travel interruption protection, basically, of some kind, which can help assuage some of that.
All right. It's the end of the first round. And our score is OG 1, Paula 1, Len 0. OG trying to get back in the game by winning this one. We're going to do round 2 here, and then we will do our trivia competition. Come back for round 3. So round 2, Len, you get to go first on round 2, my friend. But this is worth 2 points, so this will give you the lead.
Yes. Okay.
18 still on the board.
Well, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 things here. I had 7. The first one I thought was the best wasn't on there, so I think all the rest of these, it's downhill from there. Let's go with... Gosh, I'm gun shy now. I'm gonna say pet insurance.
Is pet insurance on the list? What's interesting about that one, Len, is that we had a professor on recently from MIT talking about insurances and how insurances get priced. And she said on the show that pet insurance, because of the people that buy it, is the most expensive type of available insurance out there, because pet owners who love their pet buy pet insurance and they're very likely to use it, which jacks up the rate and makes it marginal. The usage is marginal. And I know I get emails every time I say that. If you love your pet, that's fine. Buy pet insurance. Go do you. I'm just saying what that said on the show. But Len, apparently you're not a big fan of pet insurance.
Well, I guess it's your mindset. So this might sound, I don't know, what's the word? Maybe crass or look, I'm a huge pet lover, and I know people who will spend, their dogs will get cancer or whatever, and they'll spend, I know this, I know people have done this. They've spent $10,000 to keep their dog who's got cancer. They put it through chemotherapy and all that stuff. And for me, that's like, you know what? Sorry, you're a dog. In the end, I'm not going to spend that much. And so there's no reason for me to buy the insurance in the first place. So I just, that's just me. But I guess if you're willing to spend $10,000 on, give your dog chemotherapy, then maybe it is worth it. I don't know.
I think it's funny, Doug, how important some of these things and how nailing it some of these things are that aren't on the list. And we see how dumb some of the ones are that are actually on this list.
That are on the list.
Yeah.
I never really noticed before. We've been on camera with Len for years and years, and I never really noticed the sickle and the dark hood that he wears sometimes.
Right.
I like how Fido's a member of the family, except if Fido gets sick.
Yeah.
Until he's not.
Len's the merchant of death now.
Until he needs routine medical care.
I could buy another one of you for $300.
All right. Back to Paula.
Ooh. Fancy watches.
Fancy watches. Is fancy watches on the list?
Darn.
And so you're not a fan of the fancy watch?
No, it's not really worth it. I mean, and by fancy watch, I'm not referring to like something functional like an Apple Watch, because there are many functions that serves. I'm referring to something that is like a Cartier or a Rolex, some type
of tag.
Yeah, it's luxury for the sake of being
luxury. They don't ever go
luxury.
down in value.
Well, if your objective is to have a side hustle as a Rolex flipper, that is a very different mindset than I simply want to make a consumer purchase and I'm hoping and praying that it's going to financially make sense. In those cases, the justification of I think this financially makes sense is often rationalization for I want to purchase this consumer item.
Yeah, but what you're using the Apple Watch thing, right? Eventually they stop working or stop updating them. So I'm buying 10 Apple Watches over my lifetime, or I could have had one Rolex. And then I can pass my Rolex on to my kids.
Well, for an Apple Watch, I'm making the assumption that you're using it to like do your job. And that's going to result in a promotion. It's going to result in more clients, increased income.
And enough money to get a Rolex.
But like if you want a Rolex, if you legitimately are the type of person who is reading industry insider publications about, what's the word? It begins with an H. The study of timepieces. It's not horticulture.
Heuristics?
It begins with an H. What is it?
Heuristics.
I think it's heuristics.
Right. No, heuristic is a mental model. It's like a mental.
it is. You're right.
That's right. That's correct. She's right.
But it's a mental model of a watch.
Horologist? Is it a horologist?
Horologist, I think. Horology? Yeah. If you're...
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
It could be the study of something else.
Back when Len was single, he was a horologist.
They're very related, Len, because horology is the science of measuring time. And, you have to be very mindful of your time.
I see we're back to measuring again, too.
Oh, boy.
Because they measure time in hours.
Pull up. Terrain.
But yeah, you're right. I just looked it up. It is horology, right? So if you are reading horological magazines, sure.
Is that with an H or a W?
If that's...
just for the articles.
I've always been obsessed with some of these, like the tag watches out there. I see them and I never buy them. I don't know. Len, do you buy do you buy expensive watches or into expensive watches?
I don't, but you know what? My dad for years wore a counterfeit, proudly wore it, a counterfeit Rolex that he got in Tijuana. And that thing looks like the real. There's only one way to tell that thing was fake if you were an expert, and it was how the second hand moved. The second hand was not smooth. That's true. But other than that, it looked like the real thing. He wore that thing all the time.
He had to take his finger and move it.
The time always said now.
But yeah, so I don't get it. I mean, it's like, okay, most people don't even pay. It's like they look at that counterfeit and think it was the real deal. It's hilarious.
Well, guess what? Here at the second round, OG with a chance to, at the very least, send it to overtime.
Overtime? What the heck?
Well, because if he gets 2 points here, that's going to give him 3 in the third round is 3 points. So he could force at the very least a tie if he gets one of these. 18 still on the list. What are you thinking, OG?
Big waste of money. Sticking with my travel theme. Timeshares.
Oh, you dog. That was on my list.
That's good.
That was on my list.
Timeshares on the list. Timeshares, number 14 on this list. By the way, flight insurance was number 5 on the list, and number 8 was first class travel. Let me read you what 14 says. It says, we grew up using them. They gave a lot of great memories, and I'm thankful my parents had them to use. Now, like the rest of the timeshare owning universe, my mom's trying to figure out what to do with it. It must be a dozen times a year that clients ask me how to unload their timeshares. Again, people like them and use them, but I don't see them used often enough in the majority of my experience. OG, when it comes to timeshares, one guy who's thinking timeshares are pretty expensive right about now is a guy named Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
What, too soon? Crack that joke?
$150 million lawsuit. Yeah, and he was advocating trying to get you out of it, but the company was not so great apparently that he was recommending. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Like if you go to a place, the same place all the time, you stay in the same location, you like the same activity. People did this with Disney. I know lots of people had Disney timeshares. They loved it. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. Have at it. But if you like to do a little bit of exploring or a little bit of variation, probably not so great.
I think that's a big key. I know people that are very financially responsible that own timeshares, but they'll be the first ones to tell you that it is not a money decision. It is not at all a money decision.
No. And
to the author's point here, I've heard so many horror stories about trying to get out of timeshares. All right, at the end of 2, OG with 3 points. We are going to rearrange the third round based on how we go. Len, you're going to get a chance to go first to see if you can force a tie. Then Paula, a chance to force OG to have to get it right, and then OG will go last in the third round. But at the midway part of every show, we actually have another competition, so meta, competition inside of a competition, but we've got a year-long trivia competition going on at the halfway point of every show. As I mentioned before, Len with 7, Paula with 7, OG with 5, maybe getting close to a chance at having 6 already. He could force a 3-way tie, but we need a question for the 3 of you to answer. And Doug, you've got the question. What do we got on tap today?
Hey there, Stackers. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug. And I mean, who doesn't love to waste money? I mean, you say it's waste. I call it an investment for my entertainment. You waste your money the way you want, and I'll invest mine the way I want. I don't want to pass judgment because I love a scratch-off just as much as the next guy, but people do waste some serious coin on lottery tickets. Americans spend an average of $86 per month on lottery tickets, even when the odds of winning the lottery are 350 billion to 1. I've done the math, and I've got a better chance of bowling a perfect 300 game. I'll take those odds. My trivia question today is, how much money did Americans blow on lottery tickets collectively in 2017? I'll be back right after I go through the trash and have the gas station attendee check the trashed scratch-offs for a winner. Luck favors the bold.
Funny, the Lacey Langford, who helps us write our show, said that was a thing around the military bases where she worked. People would go through the trash looking for scratch-offs that people had thrown away that actually were winners. I'd never heard of that before, but and I thought I grew up pretty
desperate.
Pretty desperate for money, right? Len, you, unfortunately, sir, have to guess this one first. How much money did we spend collectively on lottery tickets in 2017?
I'm a little disappointed because Doug said 2017. I know the answer for 2019 and 2015, but 2017, I just have not studied that. So
take the mean.
Yeah. Gosh, I'll bet it's a lot. You're saying the lottery, right? Not like,
yes.
Is this like Powerball or is this like, I assume it's
This is all lotteries.
All lotteries. Yeah, it's got to be, I bet it's 5 billion.
5 billion with a B dollars. Paula, what are you thinking?
Man, it makes sense that the order of magnitude is in the billions.
Well, thank you, Paula.
I'm thinking low billions. I'm going to go 1.2.
1.2 billion. So, OG, we got 5 billion and 1.2 billion. What are you thinking?
Didn't Doug say that the average person spends $86 a month?
I did.
So Is it not just 86 times 12 times 350 million Americans? Did I miss something in there? I mean, that's not
Give it a shot. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, try it out. It can't be because, I mean, you think of like the Powerball, right? And they say the Powerball is $1 billion. That's not any state's benevolence. That's the money that they're going to give to the person who wins it, right, over time. So then you take the cash value number of that. But the states get half of that also, roughly, I think, right? So, I mean, the states are getting equal to what the winner gets. That's part of the deal. So there's twice as much money. And every, there's hundreds of millions of dollars of lottery winnings every single year. So I'm with Len. This is a big number. And I'm just going to say 5 billion and 1 cent.
You dog.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Talk to the competition committee in the future about that.
We got them all locked in. We'll be right back with the answer.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Len, you opened up with $5 billion. What do you think? Feeling good?
Well, I also opened up with extended warranties, which is a good answer, and that didn't help me. So I'm going to... No, I'm not. I think OG's got this.
Paula, OG took the upside, but you've got all the smaller numbers. What are you thinking?
I think I forgot strategy on guessing. I completely forgot. What do we even call? Do we call it pulling a Penzo? Is it pulling a? What do we?
It still is a Chelsea
Brennan. Yeah, that's it.
Still is a
pulling
Chelsea
Brennan.
Pulling a Penzo is a way different activity.
Different. Yes. That goes back to his 5 inches of legroom.
Oh boy.
Yes, I completely forgot about Chelsea Brennaning. So, man, I should have guessed 4.99999.
You still have half of that upside. Anyway, OG, you feeling good at 5.1 billion?
Yeah, it's a way big number, but I don't need to worry about it. It's a big number. None of us are close.
Let's have Doug worry about it. Doug, are they close?
Somebody's right. It's a way big number. Hey there, stackers. I'm Lady Luck's masseuse and expert. Oh, wait. No, that says Lady Luck's muse. Sorry. Maybe I'm both. Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug. We're talking about one of the top money wasters for Americans, lottery tickets. Even though the odds of winning are less than getting struck by an asteroid or becoming a movie star every year, the possibility of becoming a millionaire draws people into gas stations across the country like a siren calling ships to the rocks. My question was, how much money did Americans blow on lottery tickets collectively in 2017? Well, our late returnee Paula was off by just $70.6 billion. Len was off by $66.8 billion, which means OG was off by like $66.7999999 billion. OG's our winner because the real number is $71.8 billion. And if you got it right, you got a gambling problem.
I think maybe. Congratulations, OG, trying to complete both things, a 2-pointer day.
Don't call it a comeback.
On the
Been here for years.
Oh, listen to that. Time for the second half of this shindig. Our show today brought to you by depositaccounts.com. Paula Pant, you know what happens when you go to depositaccounts.com?
You find out that the normal deposits you make are nowhere near the best in class?
Exactly. Yes. The sister site of Magnify Money is the place where you go to compare savings accounts, checking accounts, CD rates, and everything. CD rates. First time, OG, when we had somebody call the Haven Lifeline recently, have we actually said you might want to check CD rates. CD rates changing. StackyBenjamins.com/deposit accounts gets you to depositaccounts.com. All right. We have on tap for today, let's review back to our regularly scheduled competition that we had to interrupt for our other competition. The score, OG has 3, Paula has 1, Len has 0, but this is 3-point land, everybody. The exciting final round. Len trying to get a piece of overtime. If he ties, he can force an overtime. Len, there's still, good news, there's still 17 of them on here. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I should have went with time. I had timeshares on my list. And my intuition's just terrible today. Well, I'm going to say it's between the rental movie The Good German and expedited shipping. Boy, that was a terrible movie, by the way. Boy, that probably Clooney's worst. I'm going to say expedited shipping.
Is expedited shipping on the list?
Should have went with The Good German. I knew that was on.
Is A Good German on the list? No. I think we can safely tell you that that is not on the list either, okay. Sadly. Len 0 for 2 on his guess. But expedited shipping, but what if you need it in a hurry?
Amazon Prime.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing, isn't it? Maybe that's why it wasn't on the list.
Len, if you need the chaps to complete the outfit and everybody's waiting.
Can we end this episode right now so I can just...
Len's like, look at this. I'm out of here. I'm 0 for 3. I am completely out of here.
Yeah.
I just noticed in the background, I see the 8-ball, but did you buy yourself 2 trophies?
No, some of us earn those. You know, we've earned those. I'm 2 trophies short. I never got any trophies for my 2 victories.
It's a rotating trophy. I have to write my name on it.
Wait a minute. I think those are Plutus Awards.
Those are 2 Plutus Awards.
Plutus Awards.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you were,
Can you tell which one was from the early Plutus Awards? Can you see how it's kind of deflated as the years?
Yeah, the bigger one. The bigger one on the right. For people not joining us on YouTube, we've got 2 Plutus Awards. That, as we've explained before, it's a great award and it honors a lot of great creators, but it does look like you took 3rd place in U8 soccer.
It's not quite the Stanley Cup.
It is not. No. In fact, didn't we try to drink? We tried to drink out of ours one time, and that thing leaks. That thing, you can't drink out of the Plutus
No
Award.
recollection of that, Senator.
Sadly. Yeah. Can neither confirm nor deny. All right, Paula, if you don't get this one right, OG doesn't even have to go. So
Default. I win by default.
Man, it's a toss-up between, like, I was thinking kind of various beauty-related things, but in honor of today's trivia question, I think my guess is going to be lottery tickets.
No. By the way, I forgot to. So we're going to take that back, Paula, because I forgot to tell everybody that we chose lottery tickets because it wasn't on the list.
Got it. Oh, well, thank you. All right, well.
Back to beauty products.
My thinking is costly beauty products or beauty services. There's a lot, and it can get very expensive, and it can really add up. So I would say the broad category of like high-priced or luxury beauty.
Tell me about it.
Man, can we get how broad do you want? How broad can I have said? I don't know.
Very expensive things at the store
that nobody likes. I mean, my
goodness. The mall. There's things at the mall that one could buy that are very expensive.
Make you feel good about yourself.
Broadly speaking,
is high-end beauty products on the list? And that means OG is our winner. OG is our winner. And yet, Paula, some of those expensive beauty products, I was just reading a piece the other day that perfumes are really coming back. Scents for men and for women. And they're very seriously, the companies are seeing this trend, like people are wearing more perfumes than ever before.
I had a dude ask me what I smelled like. I was like, what? He's like, I like that smell. What is that?
And OG said shower.
Yeah.
Irish
You're
Spring.
like, thanks. It's Arm & Hammer.
Dove antiperspirant. Thanks for asking.
It is fantastic. Well, let's go over the 17 that you guys did guess that are on this list. Number one, I was sure that Len would get because Len has complained about a few of these before. Number one is boats. Boats not worth it, they say.
Boats and hoes. Yep.
Yep. That you can have a lot of fun with a boat, but that's a big time depreciating asset. Number two on the list, I personally disagree with. They say fire pits are not worth the money, and that is bullshit.
Wow. So extended warranties wasn't on the list, but fire pits was.
Fire pits are.
That's fantastic.
Fire pit is. Okay.
Yes. Number three on the
I've never
list.
sat around a fire pit before, but I could imagine it would really suck. It'd be hot and sweaty.
And that's actually the thing, OG, is that so to defend my honor on fire pits, I sat around a lot of crappy fire pits, and you're always getting up and you're moving around, and man, just to have that Solo stove, so much better. Number three, Solo, if you want to sponsor this podcast, by the way, for the 87th time. Number three, pool tables, not worth the money. A pool table.
This tells you a lot about the author.
It's kind of a weird list.
Boats, fire pits, pool tables.
Here's
I hate
stuff
vacations.
I've spent money on.
Fun is not worth the money. Fun.
If you like hanging out with your friends, this is
not worth the money.
I agree. Joe, I agree with this next one coming up, number 4.
Is it foosball tables?
Number 4 is a famous Len Penzo one. I thought he'd get this one. Hot tubs. Len has had a whole piece about how hot tubs aren't worth the money. Haven't you, Len?
Absolutely not. No.
Hot tubs are 100% worth the money.
Waterbeds.
Hot tubs are not worth the money 99% of the time, but there's going to be one night where you say, oh my God, this was so worth it.
You're thinking of
magic could have happened.
Now, I was talking about whirlpool tubs, like in your bathroom. Is that what they're talking about? Or are you talking about a hot tub that sits out in the backyard?
No, I'm talking about a hot tub, but you're right. Yours was whirlpool tubs.
Yes, those are definitely not worth it.
Okay.
I like both of those things.
Between boats, fire pit, pool table, hot tub. This is just a list of stuff that you could never get in New York City, is what this is.
You couldn't fit them anywhere. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Fire pit, not worth it because the fire department bill is not worth it. Number 6, top shelf alcohol. Not worth it.
And we just lost OG.
What?
And it's gone.
Oh my God.
To be fair, though, if you're doing any sort of mixer, like if you're doing, like Doug likes vodka and cranberry, does it really matter what kind of vodka it is?
No, in fact, you picked an interesting example because all vodka.
The first 2 drinks, it matters. The first 2 drinks, it absolutely matters. After that, then it doesn't.
If it's a heavy booze, like if it's a martini where it's like booze with a side of booze, then yeah, probably. But if you're going to doctor it up with some Dr. Pepper or, a Diet Coke or what, like who gives a crap what kind of whiskey's in your Diet Coke at that point? Just
right. But if you're drinking whiskey neat or whiskey on the rocks, I mean, get the good stuff.
Then it will matter.
Absolutely.
It's like wine. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to have the good stuff.
Our Detroit friends are going to have a field day with number 7 on this list. Premium gas, not worth it.
That was on my list. Gosh darn it.
It matters with some engines. It's not just
matters with your engine warranty for your manufacturer.
Yeah, some cars absolutely need it. That's true. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
My truck does. And if I try to go cheap for like 3 tanks, you can notice the engine perform. You can hear it.
Go with 83 octane in my Ferrari.
Yeah.
Knocks like
That's
crazy.
true.
All of our friends in healthcare will nod their head at number 9 on this list because they've seen the injuries. Trampolines, not worth it. Trampolines.
Those things used to be called jumpolines before Doug's mom got on one.
True story. Number 10.
You're killing me. Oh my God, you're killing me.
OG beat me to it. Number 10, not worth it. Bottled water, not worth what you pay.
That's on my list too. Unbelievable.
Unless you're in Tijuana.
Number 11, RVs.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Number 12, how about this one, Paula Pant? Expensive colleges, not worth it.
It depends on what you study. And it also depends on how much money you have going in. But it depends on a lot of different factors.
It depends on what you're thinking about, too. You see these things about networking and how people from certain colleges network to earn lots more money. So it depends on how much you take advantage of. It's got to be a
business plan that goes with that school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more worth it a little bit later in life.
Yeah, 13 is expensive weddings, not worth it. I think we could all probably agree on that. Number 15, Paula, you were close to this one. New designer handbags, not worth it. OG is down with that. He doesn't like his designer handbags.
Oh, crap.
Number 16, expensive TVs, not worth it.
False.
Number 17, speaking, Len,
I like my TV.
Yeah, I disagree with that one, actually.
Yeah, it's funny because I when we bought our house here in Texarkana, I went with premium TV and for our TVs, and I have not regretted it. It's been great. Number 17, this one also takes us back, Len, to the old days when Greg McFarland was here. Wine at restaurants, not worth it. Remember Greg?
What?
Ranting.
What the?
What are you supposed to drink? Water? Not out of a bottle?
It's called pregame. Pregame, OG.
What?
Number 18 on the list, expensive vacuums. Number 19 is a weight set. And number 20 is new musical instruments.
This list blows.
This is really
list
obscure.
blows.
Okay, vacuums, a weight set, and what?
You know what I think this was? I think this was a trick. This was a trick by Joe and Doug to see if we actually cheat when we play these games. Can you imagine if one of us would have said, expensive vacuums or,
vacuum cleaner.
I mean,
I would like to go with
known we were
weight
cheating.
bench.
This piece was on Kiplinger and was written by Andrew Rosen, CFP. So congrats to
Andrew needs to get out more.
The most boring CFP in the country.
Does Cameron Houston still work at Kiplinger?
She does not.
Oh, okay.
She is not there anymore.
I'd file a complaint with Cameron on that one.
There, yes. If Cameron had written it, it would have been much better. Hey, that's going to do it for today. Congratulations to OG for making it a 3-way tie. We now are going into next week, 777. So let's find out.
Speaking of lottery winnings.
There it is. Let's find out what's going on where you guys are. OG, big plans this weekend?
Golf tournament, baby.
Golf tournament.
Got my brother in town. We're going to try to win one way or the other.
Just can't imagine trying to win with Steak Brother.
Oh, he's awful at golf. But we might win the how many beers can you consume in 2 days competition.
With his 34 handicap, he only needs to show up on like 2 holes. If he has 2 good holes.
Yeah, he's a 27. And
you're golden.
I mean, you've played with him. He's bad, isn't he? I mean,
I
love my brother.
Feel great about my game.
He is bad.
I love playing
at golf.
with him.
He tries hard. It's, he puts in the old college try, but dang, it's tough.
Mr. Penzo, what's going on at lenpenzo.com?
Well, the 777 thing got me thinking, did I tell you the story? One day there was this guy, he was a 77-year-old man, and he was born on July 7th, and for a long time he was making $77,777.77 a year. And he was actually 7 years into a new marriage, and he had 7 children from a previous marriage, and his lucky number was 7. Did I tell you this story before? Anyways, he got a phone call from a good friend, and after they exchanged some pleasantries, and his friend said, "Hey, I tell you what, there's a horse named Lucky 7. It's scheduled to run in the 7th race. It's number 7 on the horse is actually number 7." And the man was like, "Oh my God, this is incredible. I have just got to bet on this horse." So he goes down to the track and he bets $77,777.77 on Lucky 7 to win the race. And guess what happened? The darn horse came in 7th place. Yep. I guess I didn't tell you that one.
Welcome back, Paula.
Hey, anyways, at lenpenzo.com this week, we're talking about the ethics of found money. And it's actually a great discussion. There's like over 100 people chimed in with their money finding stories and whether they turned in their money they found or they kept it. So stop on by. And,
I to be taught a lesson.
I think we all know the rule, Len. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
That's right? Exactly what I say. But not everybody agrees with
that. The mantra? Yeah. Paula Pant, what's the heck's going on at Afford Anything now that she's back?
Oh, man. So I am back full time officially. Today is my 3rd day back on the job. I came back June 1st.
And you're exhausted already.
I man,
mentally.
There's a lot. There's like 10 months worth of stuff that's piled up. But we've got a lot of plans for the year ahead. A lot of great things in the pipeline that we are working on. Meanwhile, on the podcast, we have an interview with Steve Chu. He wrote a book called The Family First Entrepreneur, all about how to run a business without sacrificing your family time, without sacrificing what matters most. So we've got that interview on the Afford Anything podcast, plus this dude named Joe Salsihai.
Who?
I know, right?
Oh, that guy's great.
He's okay. He's fine. But he joins us to answer questions, as always, from y'all.
And that's on the Afford Anything podcast, where finer podcasts are distributed.
Only the finest. All
right. That's going to do it for Paula's first episode back. I think that even the East German judge thought we stuck that landing, guys. That was a lot of fun.
No, it wasn't.
Mr. Doug, what should we have learned today?
Well, Joe, first, take some advice from our panel and don't spend your hard-earned money on things that aren't worth it. Second, value is in the eye of the beholder. Just ask a stranded traveler or a Kardashian without makeup. But the big lesson? If you're going to dumpster dive, wear a rubber suit and keep your mouth closed. You've got to really get in there and dig to find the treasure. At least that's what that group of teenagers told me to do. Thanks to Paula Pant for joining us again. You'll find Paula's amazing podcast, Afford Anything, wherever slightly above average podcasts are found. Thanks to Len Penzo for joining us today. You can find Len at lenpenzo.com/extra 5 inches. This show is the property of SB Podcasts, LLC, copyright 2023, and is created by Joe Salsihai. Our producer is Karen Repine. This show was written by Lacey Langford, who's also the host of The Military Money Show, with help from me, Joe, and Doc G from the Earn and Invest podcast. Kevin Bailey helps us take a deeper dive into all the topics covered on each episode in our newsletter called The 201. You'll find the 411 on all things money at The 201. Just visit stackingbenjamins.com/201. Tina Eichenberg makes the video version of this show. Once we bottle up all this goodness, we ship it to our engineer, the amazing Steve Stewart. Steve helps the rest of our team sound nearly as good as I do right now. Want to chat with friends about the show later? Mom's friend Gertrude and Kate Yunkin are our social media coordinators, and Gertrude is the room mother in our Facebook group called The Basement. So, say hello when you see us posting online. To join all the basement fun with other stackers, type stackingbenjamins.com/basement. Not only should you not take advice from these nerds, don't take advice from people you don't know. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Before making any financial decisions, speak with a real financial advisor. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug, and we'll see you next time back here at the Stacking Benjamin Show.
You can find Doug at #Jumpoline.
Unemployed.
All right, that's going to do it.
This is unrelated, but I'm asking if you heard it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so do this. You don't have to do it right now, but write out the number 7, and then below it write 77, and below it 777, and below it 7,000. Like, you just kind of write it vertically, like on a piece of paper, and then read it out loud to yourself. And well, God, I'm trying to figure out how to do this over the Zoom thing. It just because there's a setup to it. It's a very interesting kind of trick. Do you want to try it?
Dude, we have to listen to your 5-minute joke setups all the time. Yes, you have to do this.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So hold on.
I'll do it.
Hold on. Doug, I'm going to text you something just for verification purposes. Okay. Don't say when I texted you.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Can you see that, Len?
Yep.
Okay. Read it top to bottom out loud.
7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7,
like
7,
7. No. The actual numbers.
Like 777.
777, 777, 7,777, 77,777, 777,777, 7,777,777, 77,777,777.
What's the first vegetable you think of?
Eggplant.
No, you thought about that very long. That's interesting. Okay. If you did this with 100 people, 90 people will say carrots. It's weird. It's
really
weird.
I did celery like immediately.
Carrot was the first one I thought of.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. It's like I've done this with all sorts of people randomly. And when you started saying it, I said it under my breath. I said it's a carrot, which I thought that's where you were going with this. Some kind of weird, coordination.
I wonder if you could not do this. Either the numbers don't matter at all, or just don't do any. Like you could say you could write all 4s. I would just wonder if you ask people, what's the first vegetable you think of? Is carrot going to be the most common thing? People, if you ask people for a fruit, you're going to get oranges a lot.
I think that's more like it. Yeah, that's more likely.
But doesn't it kind of, maybe it looks like a carrot too, subconsciously, like the way that it's, kind of like a little triangle.
Yeah.
Carrots are triangles. Anyways, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting because a lot of people, I've done this off and on. You can try it out, but I've done this off and on. And
that actually reminds me of my favorite magic tricks that I saw. Who is the guy? Doug, you would know this guy. He was a long time in Vegas. They actually did a documentary about his life. He had this debilitating illness and passed away. It was like Dave somebody or other.
This wasn't David Copperfield, was it?
No,
he didn't die.
David Copperfield's alive. Yeah. No, this guy was very funny. He had this assistant who was hilarious. She was like, all over the place. And he was mostly a comedian, but he invites this guy up on stage and he's got all of these cards and he has the guy pick a card and then he takes the cards. He has the guy chuck them across the stage. And so then he walks around the stage and he picks one up and he goes, "Is this your card?" And the guy goes, "No." And he goes, "Would it have been cool if it was?" And that was the whole joke. Like he just picked up a card.
Well,
at
least Paula verified one of 3, I guess.
There's one human.
So thank you.
One human
Paula,
on the show.
for-
Thank God she's back.
Amazing Jonathan.
Amazing Jonathan. That was him.